Okay, I'll try again. Obviously, that was disappointing. A lot of credit to them. Made two huge plays down the stretch. And I just told our team, and I want to make sure I say this: like there's no such thing as close losses. I already know a lot of people say, "Oh, just another close loss." As I said to our guys, like we can be a really, really good football team. To think that we were to turn the ball over 4 times, to think that we turned the ball going over in the half in the end zone, to think that we turned it over twice in the last 2 minutes of the game, and they still had to kick a walk-off field goal. Really shows what I think we can be. But the defense was dominant for long stretches. Stopped the run early, turned it into a drop-back game. We knew that their quarterback was really good for them, made some plays, including the final play. But, for us, this is the first game. And we saw the things that we need to improve upon. We had a chance in 2 minutes. We have the ball at the 50. We need to go down and win that game, right? They played man. We got to, scramble with the ball, throw the ball away instead of had a pick. So no one's gonna feel sorry for themselves. We're not feeling sorry for ourselves. It was a learning experience that we have to overcome. So with that being said, I'm sure you guys have lots of questions. I'll go ahead and take those.
How would you evaluate Jeff's performance tonight?
Yeah, I'm not prepared to. Obviously as a quarterback, you can't have those turnovers, right? Even right before the half, kind of an odd sequence, right? Either it's a touchdown or it's a false start. Kind of weird how that happened, right? But I thought he had some really good moments. He had some key throws. Especially in that 2-minute drive, moving us down the field. Obviously he ran for over 100 yards. He was a dynamic threat in the zone read game. But you have to protect the football, right? And so back foot throws and all those things. That's not what we need. We don't need that. I was prepared to go to overtime. I thought Sat did a really nice job. Called some runs, got a couple first downs, turned it into the last drive. So we're going to go down there, take a shot at a long field goal, or go out. But this is a first step for Jeff, and we'll coach him, and he'll come back. I thought the fumble. With 2 minutes left, like we're gonna go try to run the clock out. We're running the ball for 6 yards. Unfortunate that happened. So
you evaluate the end of the first half. You're down on the inside the 5. Would you do that differently?
I don't think so. With 11 seconds, I wouldn't kick it was 8 seconds. They moved it back to 11 seconds. Obviously unfortunate that we had the penalty. Right, the ball's on the 1 foot line. With 2 timeouts. I mean, you can't ask for it any better than that, right? That one of the tales for today was the penalties, and a credit to them. Great student section. It was loud. We had a couple false starts down there. All things in game 1 you want to try to avoid that we didn't avoid, and so that eventually that we all have to improve that. But with 11 seconds, we're gonna take a shot. It's not open. We were hoping the quarterback throws the ball through the back line and we kick the field goal, take the points. I was really proud though of the team, right? We came in, we said it's 3-0 at halftime. Is that going to affect us? And we went right back down there and we scored, right? We returned the kickoff with a great play by Ramir. We ran the play, the double reverse pass. We scored a touchdown, and hey, we're off and playing football again. So I thought that we showed resilience in that moment.
I know Anthony was running tough on that play before the fumble. Had he been doing better with the fumbles as camp was finishing up? I know you said the one late in camp that had been an issue.
Yeah, he had the in the scrimmage. He fumbled the football, he fumbled it a couple times, and so we know that Anthony can make a ton of plays. He has to protect the football, and especially in those moments, right? We're in 5 points. It's in 2 minute, 4 minute. Everyone on the team knows how we want to run the football. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out. And Anthony tried to fight for more yards. Credit to their guys. So saw the replay up there, came in and punched the ball out. That's championship football, and that's. They made the play at the end that we needed to make. We couldn't make a play at the end, and they did. So, in terms of Anthony, I'm never going to throw a guy under the bus. He feels terrible in there, but there were a lot of plays we could have fixed better.
Is there a reason why he's in? Why is he in at that moment? If you'd seen that concern throughout camp?
Yeah, Coach EJ put him in. Thought he was going to break that run. He runs that run really well. I thought he made a good run. It's what happened, right? I want to be careful not to say anything that makes me feel like I'm taking a shot at Anthony. He's worked hard at his ball security. He ran the ball a lot last year. Hindsight's 20/20, but that was the call that was made. Coach put him out there. I thought he made a good run, made a guy miss. He had some good runs. Unfortunately, didn't hold the football. I think for us, we trust the players to go make the plays, and unfortunately, we didn't make that one.
I know that Jeff Sims is asked to do hard things, and he's a great athlete. Did you ask too much of him tonight with all the running that he had to do, and then some of the things that you were asking him to do in the past game?
I don't think so. He is a dual threat player. He's going to run. he wasn't running quarterback power and getting 3 and 4 yards. I mean, he was coming out with some big runs and had a chance for some more big ones. So when you have a guy like that, you have to let him spin. I think one of the big things was just some of the penalties. We only had 3 drives in the first half, and some of the penalties. One was a long drive. We took the ball in the second half. We took it the last drive. We took it from the 10 and went down and kicked that field goal. So, I thought we put some things on it. But he's one of our more dynamic playmakers, right? And he like all quarterbacks just can't throw the ball off his back leg. Especially in that situation there at the end. He knows that situation. We'll go back and look at it. What could we have called differently for him? But make no mistake, I have a ton of confidence in Jeff.
What kind of a spark did Marcus Washington give you in the second half?
Yeah, it was good to get Marcus out there. He loves to play the game. IGC went down. Looked like maybe it was a serious injury. I don't know. We're going to wait to see. So it was good to see him get out there and fly around. He's healthy. He sat the first half, came in the second half. And, moving forward, I think he'll be a key contributor for us.
Was there a reason he sat in the first half?
Yeah, he was suspended in the first half from the summer, just for, nothing disciplinary, just academic concerns.
You mentioned the end of the first half with the penalty and the review. Did you get an explanation before you left the field for the locker room of why they marked off the penalty if they reviewed the play that was before the penalty?
Yeah, I got in at the end in the second half, and basically it was that we got on the ball, we false started, they stopped it, so it wasn't a play. So then they had time to then review it, so they looked back. So it was difficult. I mean, they didn't have the O2O in the second half. They couldn't talk to each other. So at the end of the day, we just can't false start. You know what I mean? We have to get that ball across the goal line. But I thought that drive was a precursor for some things to come, in terms of what I think we do well. And I thought that's how we were going to finish the drive at the end of the game. I thought we were going to push the ball down there and make some things happen.
Did you anticipate Jeff running it 19 times tonight?
Well, some of those are sacks, right? College football and all that, But we knew that we had some plays that was like a counter sweep one way and a quarterback run the other, and so they just kept giving him the ball, so he kept pulling it. So. We knew he'd be explosive in that regard. How many of the sacks and scrambles, I don't know. But in terms of called runs, we had one play, the zone read with the pull, we called a couple times. But he did scramble some and drop back.
You held them to 55 rushing yards. I mean, how would you evaluate the defensive performance, and coupled with that, the Ty Robinson targeting, how big a loss did that prove?
Yeah, Ty's one of our best players, and so obviously we'd like to have him out there down the stretch. We played a lot of guys to be fresh for the fourth quarter, and we were expecting the fifth quarter, we were expecting overtime, So I thought the defense, played really well at times, but, this is a team game. That's the biggest thing, right? Like, we're not going to go down the path of that we had a chance on defense to stop it on fourth down and end the game. We weren't able to do it. I like their demeanor. I like the way that they kept taking the field. And as I told them, no one feels sorry for us. We got to just be a little bit better next week, grow from this.
One or two more. Matt, how do you, this is a game that unfortunately looked very familiar to, I think, most of the Nebraska fan base. How do you convince the locker room this is 1-1? This is not same old Nebraska. We're going to move forward from this and we're going to get over it now.
Yeah, I don't even, that's kind of what I said at the beginning, like, we're on the front end of something that we're building. And, I think at the end of the day, when you look at, to be able to rush for that many yards, and I know some of them are the quarterback, but they give you 11 eligible receivers, 11 eligible players, right? You can use who you can. I look at it the other way. To think of the mistakes we made, to have 7 penalties, to have the 4 turnovers, and still, a good team like Minnesota that averages 9 wins a year have to, kick the field. Now we have to fix it. We have to get better. But I'm not even thinking about anything that ever happened before I got here. It has nothing to do with me. I don't want our players to think about that. I'm thinking about what's next. I'm thinking about getting back and watching this tape tomorrow. I'm thinking about next week, and we've got to generate some more yardage and points on offense. We have to be more efficient. We have to be better. Early on, we were like they were converting third downs. We weren't. We got better. We needed to play this game. We need to come back and figure it out. And I think you'll see a team that just gets better.
Other than those mistakes that you just mentioned, is this the exact type of style of game you envisioned playing?
Well, we knew versus Minnesota, we knew that there wouldn't be a lot of possessions, right? We knew, the kind of the way they play. Typically, that it's been like 34, 35 minutes time of possession. I think it was right at like, they were at 30 and a half, and we were at 29 something. So I certainly didn't envision the 7 penalties, and did not envision the turnovers, right? Like, that's not what I thought we would do. So, But I knew it'd be a close game. I knew it'd be a battle. They were top 10 defense in some categories for a reason, and we knew it'd be a challenge. If we don't turn the ball over, if we can fix the penalties, I think we have a chance to be a little bit better than we were tonight.
Your touchdown, the touchdown throw from Sims to Bullock, not exactly as you scripted it.
Yeah, we call that play. That play's called Osborne. It's for a coach. Ron said he likes strict plays, and so we knew we were going to call it when we got to the 35-yard line. So AG threw it back to Jeff. Unfortunately, it was a bad. I don't know if it was a bad throw, or a bad catch, whatever's on the ground. I was hoping he was just going to pick it up and run it, but he was wide open. So, I just think that when we go back and watch the tape, what we're going to see is a lot of plays like that, a lot of opportunities like that. We had an RPO on that one. We went 3 and out on that one drive. Tommy Hill ran behind everybody. We took a shot, couldn't get it to him, right? Next, we come back on the next play. We have an RPO to Billy Kemp. He's running right down the middle of the field, wide open. Ball gets batted. So, it's my job and it's our job to show the guys, like, hey, these plays are here. You're not a bad team. These plays are here. We got to go make them. But again, lamenting and feeling sorry. Some guys started. The game was over. Some guys started running to the locker room. I stopped them right there. We're the University of Nebraska. Like we everything we do in a first-class manner. We hate that we lost. We're disappointed. We're disappointed that fans saw us lose. But we're going to come back. And so, yeah, I think there were some opportunities there that'll be there moving forward. We just got to make the plays.
All right.
Thank you, guys.